Morning students, today I will explain the vapor pressure. Before going to the vapor pressure, first of all we have to know about the what is evaporation or vaporization. Evaporation or vaporization means the phenomena of liquid molecule converted into its vapor phase spontaneously is called evaporation or vaporization. The phenomena of liquid molecule converted into its vapor phase spontaneously is called evaporation or vaporization. Or another one definition, the tendency of liquid molecules escape out from its liquid surface. The tendency of liquid molecule escape out from its liquid surface into the space is called evaporation or vaporization. You can see the definition. See here. So here I am taking one beaker. So in this beaker I am taking some water. That beaker is kept in the presence of sunlight. After 1 hour, here the water level in the beaker is decreased. Why here water level in the beaker decreased? Because of the water present in the water is kept in the presence of sunlight. So during the heat effect causes the liquid molecules are converted into its vapor phase spontaneously. That is called evaporation or vaporization. Or another one definition, the tendency of liquid molecule escape out from its liquid surface to the space is called evaporation or vaporization. That is the definition of evaporation or vaporization. The next one is during the evaporation or vaporization causes the average kinetic energy of the liquid molecule is decreased. You see here during the evaporation or vaporization causes the average kinetic energy of the liquid molecule what happens decrease. Whenever the average kinetic energy of the liquid molecule is decreased, that water is becomes too cool due to the decrease the temperature of that liquid. So that is about the evaporation or vaporization concept. The same phenomena we are observing in the water taken in the mud pot. So this is the mud pot. So in summer time we are using this mud pot. So in this one we are taking the water in this mud pot. Okay, but in this mud pot the water is becomes to cool more rapidly due to the evaporation process. Why means this water is becomes to evaporation, its average kinetic energy is decreases. So due to the its causes, the temperature of the liquid decreases. So that is about the evaporation or vaporization concept. So that's why the in summer time the water we are taking in this mud pot. So in this mud pot water becomes to cool more rapidly due to the evaporation or vaporization concept is involved in this process. So that is about the evaporation or vaporization. Then next one is rate of evaporation. Next one is rate of evaporation or vaporization. Then what is rate of evaporation or vaporization? See here, the number of liquid molecules converted into its vapor phase per unit time is called rate of evaporation or rate of vaporization. So what is rate of evaporation means the number of liquid molecules escape out from its liquid surface or number of liquid molecules converted into its vapor phase per unit time is called rate of evaporation or rate of vaporization. Here I am taking one beaker, some water I am taking this beaker. So here on heating this beaker, at certain time what happen? The liquid molecules are converting into its vapor phase na? That is called vaporization or evaporation. But rate of evaporation means per unit time or 1 second. How many liquid molecules are converted into its vapor phase? The number of liquid molecules are converted into its vapor phase per unit time or per second. That is called rate of evaporation. Okay. Then next one is the rate of evaporation is depending on the 4 factors. The rate of evaporation depending on the 4 factors. That is factor number 1 is nature of liquid. Factor number 2 is surface area of liquid. Number 3 is temperature. Then number 4 is flow of air over the surface area of liquid. So these are 4 factors are influence the rate of evaporation. How it is influence the rate of evaporation? Is here. Nature of liquid means generally the more volatile liquids are easily undergoes the evaporation. So the more volatile liquids have the rate of evaporation is more. For example, you take some water in this one beaker and petrol in this another beaker. After 10 minutes, which one is the water level decrease or petrol level decrease in that beaker? So compared with water level in that beaker, in petrol level is decrease in the second beaker. Why means petrol is more volatile nature. So in that petrol, the petrol molecules are easily undergoes the evaporation. So the per unit time, the rate of evaporation is more in the petrol. That's why in petrol level in the second beaker is decrease. But in water level in the first beaker is not changes. That's why the rate of evaporation is influenced by the nature of liquid. Why means here petrol is a more volatile, water is a less volatile. That's why the more volatile liquids have the highest rate of evaporation. That is first one point. Then second one is the surface area of the liquid. See here, for example, this is our small beaker, this is a larger beaker. Here the surface area is more, here surface area is less. So in first beaker is rate of evaporation is increased, second beaker is rate of evaporation increased. So in first beaker, the number of liquid molecule converting into its vapor phase per unit time is less. But in second beaker, the number of liquid molecule converting into its vapor phase per unit time is more. Why means here more the surface area, more the liquid molecule converting into its vapor phase. Less the surface area, less number of liquid molecule converting into its vapor phase. So that's why the rate of evaporation is highest in the second beaker and least for the first one beaker. That's why the rate of evaporation is also influenced by the surface area of the liquid and also nature of the liquid. Then third one is temperature. You see here, take two beakers, two same beakers. The first beaker is present in the kept in the presence of sunlight. Second beaker is on heating. In first beaker and second beaker, in which beaker the rate of evaporation is more? The first beaker is kept in the presence of sunlight. So here after 1 hour or after 2 hours, your water level is gradually decreased. Why means after 1 hour or 2 hours, the liquid molecules are converting into its vapor phase. But in the case of the second one beaker, on heating this second one beaker, the liquid molecules are converting into vapor phase. Why means we are heating the second beaker. That's why in second beaker the rate of evaporation is more, but in first beaker rate of evaporation is less. That means in first one beaker the number of liquid molecule converting into vapor phase is less. Why means temperature less. But in second beaker the rate of number of liquid molecules converting into its vapor phase is more. Why means temperature is more. That's why the temperature increases, rate of evaporation is increased. Temperature decrease, rate of evaporation also decrease. Then next one, fourth one is the flow of air over the surface area of the liquid. See here. So this is the two beakers. Here also liquid is there both. So in first one beaker, the flow of air over the surface area of the liquid is less. Here flow of air over surface area of the liquid is more. So here whenever the flow of air over the surface area of the liquid is more, the liquid particles are easily converted into its vapor phase. But here flow of air in the surface area of the liquid is less. Here flow of air is less. Here flow of air is more. Flow of air over the surface area of the liquid is less. Less means the liquid molecules are unable to convert into vapor phase readily. That's why here the less number of liquid molecule converting into its vapor phase. Why means the flow of air on surface area of the liquid is less. That's why less number of the liquid molecule converting into its vapor phase. But in the case of second one, the flow of air over the surface area of the liquid is more. More the flow of air on surface area of the liquid means the more number of liquid particles are converting into its vapor phase, then more the rate of evaporation. So that's why first one beaker, less the flow of air on surface area of the liquid, then rate of evaporation is less. In second one beaker, the flow of air is more on the second one beaker, the more the rate of evaporation. So that's why the flow of air over surface area of the liquid is also influence the rate of evaporation. So that is about the evaporation and rate of evaporation. So once again, what is evaporation means? The tendency of liquid molecules escape out from its liquid surface is called evaporation or vaporization. Rate of evaporation means the number of liquid molecules converting into its vapor phase per unit time, or number of liquid molecules escape out from its liquid surface per unit time is called rate of evaporation. So remember the evaporation and rate of evaporation. Then next one is what is condensation. Next one is condensation. What is the definition of the condensation. See here. So here I'm taking one beaker. Some amount of water taken in this beaker. So this beaker is the water taken in this beaker. After that, it is closed with lid. Means it is a closed container. The water taken in the closed container. So after that, this beaker is kept in the presence of sunlight, or that beaker is slightly on heating. The water taken in the beaker is slightly on heating. Then what happens? On heating the water, starting the liquid molecules are converting into its vapor phase. That is called evaporation. The number of liquid molecules converting into its vapor phase is called rate of evaporation. Okay. The liquid molecule converting into its vapor phase is called evaporation. The number of liquid molecules converting into its vapor phase per unit time is called rate of evaporation. But here the vapor molecules are not escape out from its beaker. Why? Means it is a closed container. That's why the vapor molecules of the liquid is attached to the inner side of the plates, inner walls of the plates. After a few minutes again, the vapor molecules kinetic energy or temperature is decrease. The vapor molecules temperature what happen? Decrease. Whenever the temperature of vapor molecule decrease, again these vapor molecules are again come back to its liquid surface. Come back to its liquid surface. Okay. Again vapor molecules are come back to its liquid surface. That phenomenon is called condensation. What is condensation? Means the tendency of vapor molecules of the liquid come back to its liquid surface. The tendency of vapor molecules of the liquid come back to its liquid surface. That phenomenon is called condensation. What is condensation? Means the tendency of vapor molecules of the liquids is come back to its liquid surface is called condensation. Then next one is rate of condensation. Then what is rate of condensation? See here. What is rate of condensation? Rate of condensation means the number of vapor molecules are come back to its liquid surface per unit times. Number of vapor molecules come back to its liquid surface per unit time. That is called rate of condensation. What is rate of condensation? Means the number of liquid molecules are come back to its liquid surface per unit time. That is called rate of condensation. So that is rate of condensation. Then next one is see here. Then next one is before going to the vapor pressure. See here one experiment. So here I am taking the water in the closed container. So this is the beaker. Here I am taking the water that is taken in the closed container. After taking the water, the beaker is closed with lid. Then slightly on heating the water in this beaker. After certain time what happens? So the liquid molecules are converting into its vapor phase. That is called rate of evaporation. The number of liquid molecules converting into its vapor phase. That is called rate of evaporation. Or the liquid molecules are converting into its vapor phase is called evaporation. After the evaporation, the liquid particles are attached to the inner walls of this plate. Because of there is no space for the escape of the vapors. That's why the vapor molecules are attached on the inner walls of the plates. After certain time, again the vapor molecules are come back to its liquid surface. Come back to its liquid surface. That is called condensation. The number of liquid molecules come back to its liquid surface per unit time is called rate of condensation. But in the closed container, the rate of evaporation is equal to the rate of condensation. Rate of evaporation is equal to the rate of condensation. So at certain state what happens means the rate of evaporation is equal to the rate of condensation. Here a number of liquid molecules are converting into its vapor phase is equal to the same number of vapor molecule again come back to its liquid surface. Okay, that state is called equilibrium state. equilibrium state. Are you understand what I said? So at certain state, the rate of evaporation is equal to the rate of condensation. That state is called equilibrium state. At this equilibrium state, this liquid is dynamic equilibrium with its vapors. That at this equilibrium state, the liquid is equilibrium with its vapors. Okay. So that is about the evaporation and condensation. Then next one is what is vapor pressure. Next one is vapor pressure. Then what is vapor pressure? See here, the same concept. So in this beaker, the rate of evaporation is equal to rate of condensation. Then what is vapor pressure means the pressure exerted by the vapor molecules of the liquid over the liquid surface. The pressure exerted by the vapor molecules of the liquid over the liquid surface when the liquid is dynamic equilibrium with the vapors. That is called vapor pressure. See here, the closed container, I am taking the water on heating the beaker. First the water is converting into its vapor phase. That is evaporation. So your arrow mark is in a upward direction, means the water molecules are converting into its vapor phase. That is evaporation. After that, the vapor molecules are, after certain time, the vapor molecules are again come back to its liquid surface. So your arrow mark is downward direction, that is the condensation. At certain state, the evaporation equal to condensation, that is called equilibrium state. At this equilibrium state, whenever the vapor molecules of the liquid is come back to its liquid surface, the vapors apply some pressure, some force on its liquid surface. That is called, that force is called vapor pressure. Means the pressure exerted by the vapor molecules of the liquid over the liquid surface. Here also the vapor molecules come back to its liquid surface now. The vapors apply some force on its liquid surface. That force or that pressure is called vapor pressure. The pressure exerted by the vapor molecules of the liquid over the liquid surface when the liquid is dynamic equilibrium with that vapors. That is called vapor pressure. Understand what I said? So once again, what is vapor pressure means? The pressure exerted by the vapor molecules of the liquid over the liquid surface when the liquid is dynamic equilibrium with that vapors. That is called vapor pressure. The next one is if temperature is increases, then what happens? The rate of evaporation increase, means the more number of liquid molecules converting into vapor phase. Means temperature increases means the rate of evaporation is increase. Whenever the rate of evaporation increases means the rate of condensation also increase. Whenever the rate of condensation increases means more number of vapor molecules come back to its liquid surface now, then the vapor supply the more pressure. That's why the vapor pressure also increase. Means the temperature is increase, rate of evaporation increase, its cause rate of condensation increase, its cause vapor pressure also increase. The next one is the vapor pressure is affected by the two factors. That is the next one concept. Is the vapor pressure is affected by the two factors. You can see there. The vapor pressure is depending on the two factors, that is the nature of liquid and temperature. Then what is the nature of liquid? See here. At given temperature, the vapor pressure of more volatile liquids is greater than the vapor pressure of less volatile liquid. At given temperature, vapor pressure of more volatile liquid is greater than the vapor pressure of less volatile liquid. So that is about the nature of liquid. Means so this is a more volatile liquid. More volatile liquid. So in second beaker I am taking the less volatile liquid. Less volatile liquid. So in more volatile liquid is vapor pressure is increased, or less volatile liquid is vapor pressure increased. More volatile liquid means the liquid has more tendency to escape out from its liquid surface. Means vaporization is more. Less volatile means the liquid molecules converting into its vapor phase is less. Means vaporization is less. Here vaporization is less, that's why less volatile. Vaporization more means more volatile. More the vaporization means more the condensation. Less the vaporization means less the condensation. So that's why more the condensation means more pressure is applied on the liquid surface, then vapor pressure also more. Less the condensation means the less pressure is applied on the liquid surface, less the vaporization means vaporization is decreased. That means at given temperature, the vapor pressure of more volatile liquid is greater than vapor pressure of less volatile liquid. So that is about the nature of liquid. Okay. Then what are the example for the more volatile liquid? All organic liquids. Example for the more volatile liquids. And also carbon tetrachloride, chloroform, acetone, ether, okay, etc. So all these are, and carbon disulfide, all these are example for the more volatile liquids. Then what about the example for the less volatile liquid? Water, hydrogen fluoride, ammonia. So these are example for the less volatile liquid. Okay, the vapor pressure of more volatile liquid is more than or greater than vapor pressure of less volatile liquid. That is about the first one concept, first one factor. Then second one is temperature. Just now I told, if temperature is increased, so here I am taking the water in this beaker, on heating this water, that is the closed container. So temperature increase means the number of liquid molecule converting into its vapor phase is increased, means evaporation is increased. Whenever the evaporation increases, again the vapor molecules are come back to its liquid surface also increase, means condensation also increase. Okay, that means the temperature is increased, the rate of evaporation what happen? Increase. Whenever the evaporation increase means again the rate of condensation also increase. Whenever the rate of condensation increase, the pressure exerted by the liquid surface also increase. Means vapor pressure also increase. Understood what I said? That's why the temperature is increased, rate of evaporation increase, it causes rate of condensation increase. So it causes the pressure exerted by the vapor molecules of the liquid over the liquid surface also increase at given temperature. That's why the vapor pressure also increase. So that's why the temperature increase, rate of evaporation increase, it causes rate of condensation increase, then vapor pressure also increase. Then next one is the effect of the temperature on the vapor pressure is qualitatively, that relation is given by the Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Quantitatively, the effect of the temperature on the vapor pressure of the liquid. Quantitatively, effect of the temperature on the vapor pressure of the liquid is given by the Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Then what is the Clausius-Clapeyron equation? See here, that is Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Then what is the Clausius-Clapeyron equation? Log P2 divided by P1 is equal to delta H vaporization, that is enthalpy of vaporization, divided by 2.303 R into T2 minus T1 divided by T1 into T2. So this is the Clausius-Clapeyron equation. This equation gives the quantitative relation between the effect of temperature on the vapor pressure. So that is the Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Log P2 by P1 is equal to delta H vaporization divided by 2.03 R into T2 minus T1 divided by T1 into T2. Here delta H evaporation means enthalpy of vaporization. R is real gas constant. T1 is initial temperature. T2 is final temperature. Here initial pressure, final pressure. That is Clausius-Clapeyron equation. That's all. Then next one is the variation of vapor pressure of liquid with temperature. So just now I told the temperature is increased, The rate of evaporation increase, rate of condensation increase, vapor pressure also increase. But here the temperature is increase, the vapor pressure of the liquid increase exponentially. According to the Clausius-Clapeyron equation, the graph is plotted between the log P versus 1 by T. We obtained the straight line having the negative slope. You can see here a graph of the vapor pressure taken on the y-axis, temperature taken on the x-axis. We obtained this type of curve. Means the temperature increase, the vapor pressure of the liquid increase exponentially. That is first one graph. Then next one is according to the Clausius-Clapeyron equation, log P is taken on the y-axis, 1 by T is taken on the x-axis. We obtained the straight line having the negative slope. See the negative slope. So this is the second one graph. Then next one is another one graph. Then next one is the vapor pressure of liquid taken on the y-axis, temperature of taken on the x-axis. So this is the atmosphere pressure. On atmosphere pressure. Here the vapor pressure taken on the y-axis and temperature taken on the x-axis. The vapor pressure of the liquid increase exponentially with increase the temperature. That means here if you take ether, this is the exponential graph for ether. This is the exponential graph for ethanol. This is exponential graph for benzene. This is for water, octane, for octane. So this is the atmosphere pressure. Here which one is the highest vapor pressure? So this is ether, this is ethanol, this is benzene, H2O, this is octane. Here this is vapor pressure na, this is vapor pressure of octane, vapor pressure of H2O, vapor pressure of benzene, vapor pressure of ethanol, vapor pressure of ether. So among this liquid, here ether have the highest vapor pressure. Higher the vapor pressure means its boiling point is low. Here the lower the vapor pressure means its boiling point is high. What is boiling point means? Here the temperature at which the vapor pressure of the liquid is equal to the atmosphere pressure. This is vapor pressure of the ether, that is equal to the atmosphere pressure. At what temperature the vapor pressure of ether is equal to the atmosphere pressure? That temperature is called boiling point. At what temperature the vapor pressure of the octane is equal to the atmosphere pressure? This is atmosphere pressure na. So this is vapor pressure of octane na. The vapor pressure of octane is equal to the atmosphere pressure. That temperature is called boiling point of octane. Okay. Then next one is the liquid which have the highest vapor pressure. So here among these 5 liquid, here highest vapor pressure for the ether. The liquid which have the highest vapor pressure, that liquid is the more volatile liquid. More volatile liquid. Higher the vapor pressure means that is the highest volatile liquid. The liquid which have the lowest vapor pressure, that is lower, less volatile liquid. So the liquid which have the highest vapor pressure, okay, that liquid is more volatile liquid. Here ether, ethanol, benzene is the highest volatile liquids. But H2O and octane, these two are lowest vapor pressure. That's the liquid which have the lowest vapor pressure. This type of the liquid is called less volatile liquids. H2O and octanes are less volatile liquid. Ether, ethanol, benzene is more volatile liquids. So this is about the variation of vapor pressure of liquid with temperature. Here one of the important point, the vapor pressure of the liquid is inversely proportional to the boiling point. Just now I told, boiling point is increased, vapor pressure is decreased. Here the highest vapor, here temperature increase in direction, highest boiling point, vapor pressure is least. Here least boiling point, vapor pressure is highest. That's why the vapor pressure is inversely proportional to the boiling point. Okay. Then next one is the vapor pressure is directly proportional to the freezing point. Freezing point means at what temperature the vapor pressure of the liquid is equal to the vapor pressure of the solids. At what temperature the vapor pressure of the liquid is equal to the vapor pressure of the solid. Generally solid having the vapor pressure 0. Okay. At what temperature the liquid's vapor pressure is equal to the solid vapor pressure. The temperature is called freezing point. So your vapor pressure is directly proportional to freezing point. Freezing point is more, vapor pressure also more. Freezing point is less, vapor pressure also less. So this is about the variation of vapor pressure of liquid with temperature. Then next one is vapor pressure of the liquid in liquid solution, or Raoult's law for the liquid in the liquid solution. That is the next class.